This is Irwin for swirlingovercoffee.com, and this is a quick video review of the Sony Xperia Z1, which is last year's Sony Android flagship phone. I figured we'd start with a box because its box is not tiny, it's huge, it consumes a lot of space. By contrast, here's the box of another 2013 Android flagship, the G2. Dirty box must have fallen off. It's small, that's the point. This is the box of another flagship by Lenovo, the Lenovo Vibe Z. It's like nice. It's a nice box. Still, it's tiny compared to this one. So, and that's the point. Oh yeah, Nokia Lumia 630. Tiny box. So Sony wants you to feel that you're buying something premium and luxurious, and they are right. Space, clean lines, black chic colors. If you open that up, you're greeted with a proverb. Capture your best moments with the world's best camera. And okay. Smartphone. If you open this up, that's where you can rest. The phone. Underneath are the usual things. The box which contains the phone. I've already pulled out the charger, so it's there. Related literature, box in a box, Inception box. Consumes a lot of space. If you're the kind of person who throws away boxes after you, or you can use this. You have a cat, could be nice. Anyway, if you're clumsy like me, you'll have difficulty putting this back together again. So we just want to get this off our table so we can get to the phone. And here's the phone. Right now it's connected to I'm using an OTG dongle to connect it to a USB thumb drive. And why don't we start with something obvious? Here's a 1080p movie. Crank up the volume. Volume rocker is there. Power buttons are there. Speakers are pretty good, maybe slightly muffled. Maybe you can cup your hands like this to redirect the sound toward you. Oh yeah, this is Robocop. Scrub.
What do you want me to do? We've thrown cash at senators at both sides of the aisle. Nobody's budging.
The colors that Sony projects are slightly colder. Viewing angles are not as bad as the Z1, though you can still see the contrast loss right there. You won't see that, for example, on the G2. That's forward. There's the action. So if you're on an MRT on a long ride or on vacation, on a ship, on a plane, you can lose yourself. It's a small TV really. Look at that. Crisp images. The Z1 has 441 ppi. It's very dense. And a full HD resolution, 1920 by 1080. Okay, let's pause it right there. Internal storage is 16 gig. If you're not happy, you can always insert a micro SD card, which is accessible via a flap right here. Okay, let me just pull out safely that thing. USB storage connected. Unmount. Are we good? I suppose we're good. Okay. Because it's accessible, because it has an OTG cable, because it accepts USB OTG, you can plug in a thumb drive here, or if you need to get some schoolwork done, maybe you have a draft to finish or start. can plug it in to the Z1 and open up maybe Google Keep or some Kingsoft Office and do some work. I just closed a menu telling me that the flaps are open and that I need to keep these flaps closed to maintain the waterproofness of this unit, even though the audio jack is not exactly protected, but it's waterproof. By the way, this waterproof phone costs around 20K in the gray market right now, which is really the reason I'm doing this revisited review. This is last year's. This is 2013 the 2013 LG flagship, the G2 custom launcher, custom icons, which is about 20K also in the gray market. So if the Z2, which is out a mere 6-7 months after this came out, it's already out. Its first deal is around 33K. If that's out of your league, you can choose between these two units, two flagships. But this is really getting ahead because it's waterproof. It's about 20K. But this is waterproof. And after the 4.2 update, which is KitKat, the camera is more consistent. When I got this unit, the camera it was on Jelly Bean, and the camera was inconsistent. Sometimes you just really want to throw the unit away because it just takes inconsistent pictures. But right now it doesn't. It's really nice. I'll show you through the camera UI, which is one of the best and simplest, most intuitive I've seen. If you're a foodie, you're gonna love the phone. This phone. It's our cats. Anyway, this, for example, is a dimly lit part under my table. The camera has a fast shutter. I'll show you a sample shot right there, so you can see it. There. It's on intelligent auto. Superior auto. It takes some time, maybe a few milliseconds, to decide what's the best scene for your shot, whether it's night shot or it's a background lit environment. There are very few buttons. I said I'd show you this later, but I'm showing you this now. Anyway, to get to the scene you want, my tip is to go manual right there. So you can set the scene, which is, the list is pretty good. Soft skin here is the closest thing to beauty shot that Sony has. It doesn't have an adjustable beauty shot feature. Unlike, for example, the this one here. What's beauty shot? Let me show you there. Of course, the UI slightly sucks. It's like Windows 95, and this is like a cross between a PlayStation menu and a very chic typeface focused fashion magazine. This is a beauty shot right there. The toggle on the right increases how clean you want your skin to be. So there are several levels right there. It's not zoom slider. Yeah, I'm not going to show you my own pictures. Anyway, the scenes here are very useful, especially night portrait when you're shooting inside a dimly lit restaurant. Anti-motion blur when you're in a crowd. I've used this. Backlight correction HDR right here you can use in a concert, and if you can mount this on a tripod, you can use a high sensitivity ISO setting right here. Yeah, the rest, some of these are gimmicks like this, creative effects. You can put filters on the pictures like that. See, effects. It also applies on the videos, which I'm not a fan of. Anyway, hey, go back. Okay. if you're shooting a very fast moving kid or pet, or if you want maybe an action shot and you want to avoid a blur, you can use time shift, which takes some time to load, as you can see. And when you shoot, see right there, it saves a lot of pictures, and you can choose the best one. Maybe that. Maybe this one. Okay, we'll save that one, and it's saved. Some of these you probably already know. This is augmented reality. It stuffs some things into whatever you're shooting. I'm sure your kids would love this, but to me they're just gimmicks. It's a T-Rex walking on my keyboard. How did it know that it was a flat surface? Come back here. Yes, you. Anyway, reset. I said reset. No. Okay, let's try another one. Let's try dive. Stop stomping. I'm not sure what kind of pictures you're going to take with this, so let's try one. Hey, fishy fishy! And I took a picture with the fish blocking my keyboard. And then you show this to people. There you go. Keyboard underwater with fish blocking it. Yeah, okay. Not for me, not the audience for that. Anyway, you can add apps, camera apps, into the camera so that it becomes available as a feature. One of the recommended ones is Motion Shot, which is duplicates a famous feature of Nokia cameras, the Motion Shot. Yeah, like that. Take several images of someone moving, stitches them together. It's a Kagebunshi no Jutsu shot. So if you're envious of that Nokia feature, you can get it on a Sony camera, which is this one. Cannot play with you, then don't. Okay. What else? Sony has its own approach to the camera, the app drawer. You can do it like that, or if you swipe from the left, there's a menu there. You can search through your apps, sort them out, alphabetical, most used, installed, or go directly to the Play Store, or to Sony Select, which is basically a recommendation page of apps chosen by Sony for you. Okay, enough. You can also choose themes, which is very important. Very important. Where's that? Here. Personalization. Themes. I usually go for the orange one, but we'll go for the. Yeah, you can download some themes. Some of them are paid. I don't want to pay for them. Maybe you would. There. Widget, photo widget, yeah. Okay, everything here is very fluid, responsive. We could talk all day about the specs, but it works. Everything is fast, nothing lags. Even if you play Clash of Clans, it doesn't shut down because of the heat. I can't say that about the Lenovo Vibe Z, which can heat up if you really push it. Yeah. Speaking of the specs, this one has a Snapdragon 800, quad-core 2.2 GHz, a Crate 400, 2 GB of RAM, that's why everything's fast. Adreno 330 GPU is LTE ready. If you're hearing about, for example, the LG G3 and its quad-core display, there aren't a lot of apps taking advantage of that, so this is still pretty good. The bezels here, some of you may complain as being too present, but it actually helps so that you don't keep tapping. You don't keep tapping on things, activating some apps. But there are some side bezels right here, which for me is good because I don't accidentally press on the capacitive keys right here. I think I installed a game. Let's load one of the games here so that you can see how nice it goes. It loads. It's fast. Single player. This is a very colorful game I chose so you can see the contrast available on the Z1, which is great. I'm gonna play clone right there. The big bezels on the side you're going to see when I load another game after this one. Come on, you play this game by tapping, and that lifts this tiny creature here. This is just a side-scrolling game. Very colorful. Very engrossing. Come on. Alright. Now there's two of us. You know, you can keep tapping and tapping on this. And you can just drop it. It's very sturdy. And I died because of that. Unlike the other phones, like for example the Vive Z, which I don't want to drop because it's plastic. It's not a survivor drop test, which is why I have a case for it. You don't need a case for this. It's really good. It's really good. Because it's hard, glass on glass on back, and the metal band framing, it's very hard. When it's in your pocket, you really know it's there. It won't get crushed in your bag. Although they're selling cases for this, which this is too macho to have a case. Don't get a case. Oh yeah. What else do I like? It doesn't activate by a knock, unlike the G2 right here, which you can activate. Come on, wake up, wake up! It died on me. Batteries okay. Yeah, like that. You don't need that here because the power button is convenient right there. And you pick it up from the table, just like that. If you're worried that it's too the Z1 is too wide for your hand, yeah, you're right. Why don't we try? Here's a smaller phone. Yeah, this is nice. But this is a flagship, baby. See that. Okay. The Z1 is slightly wider and obviously longer than the G2, even though it has a smaller screen, just by 0.2 inches. But this has a thinner, smaller girth. The Z2 makes up for that by having slightly curved edges right here. Okay. This is the Lenovo Vive Z. I will review this separately. It has a 5.5 inch screen and is plastic. It's sturdy, sure, but it's so light. I like phones with a certain heft. Hey, don't load. Like this one. Yeah, heft. It does. I want that because I don't want the feeling that I'm carrying something hollow inside. Anyway, 5.5 inch, 5.2 inch, fight to the death. Go! It's wider. The Lenovo Vive Z is wider and taller, and maybe thinner. No. Yeah, okay. This is better. If this if this had been released with a lower price last year, I would have gotten this instead of this. But this has the stock camera when it came out was already great. The stock camera here when it came out was inconsistent, at least in my experience. It shot nice shots, and then it doesn't shoot well, and then it blurs, and then you have to tweak the manual settings to get good shots, and it's a migraine to hand it over to a tita or a pamangkin to shoot something, maybe a pet. This doesn't work. Okay, you need to go to manual settings. Oh, come on. But now it does. Why was this game here? Okay, game. Yeah. So what else? What else? I showed you the size, the game, the loading time, the specs, the price. Here we go. On Kim's store right now, this costs $21,890. That's as of this video review. The price might change. On DB Gadgets, it's $21,200 with the dock. The dock is the charging cradle for these contact points right here. Just slipped in there, which solves a related problem. Let me just mention the other price. Without the dock, you can get it for $19,700. That's for the black colored unit. This comes in 3 colors, black, white, and purple. This is sexier. Black is always sexier. Go for black. Black it is. One of the complaints about the Z1, the earlier incarnation of this phone, was that over time, when you keep opening the flaps loosen up to a degree that they fall off with a soft thud like that. That's bad when you're in a pool or in the beach, or it's raining and you have this phone, because that compromises the waterproof tightness of this phone. You can avoid the wear and tear of the flaps by buying a cradle, or you can MacGyver it by taping this. Just use Scotch tape. Worst case scenario is that there are third-party manufacturers who create and sell flaps. Just tape it, alright? It's problem solved. Anyway, why would you buy this? You'll buy this for the camera, for the waterproof nature, for the overall macho pizzazz of having something like this. The older it gets, the more scratches it gets. It actually gets sexier. And again, it's one of those phones that looks nice, even when it's not doing anything. Like that, flat on the table. You can clearly see it's good. Metal. Something nice and heavy about metal. Okay, and that's it. That concludes our short video review, revisited review of the Sony Xperia Z1. If you're battery life is amazing. Okay. This has been my clumsy review. This is Irwin for Swirling Over Coffee. Thank you for enduring me and getting this far in the review. Thank you for watching. I'll have a separate review of the Vibe Z and another revisited review of the G2 back buttons soon. Yeah, thanks.